Hi, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategies for our next installment of public speaking. We've already said who we're doing it for. We're already told you there's a lot of great people that you could pay for and get some additional information on public speaking, or you can be one of those people that just go around the YouTube cycle, find something because you have the discipline of doing it. So we're going to continue on with our public speaking format workshop, and we're at the point now where we're going to put it all together. Remember, we looked at the audience, we looked at our content, we looked at our environment. So how do we put this all together, getting ready for our presentation? Once you've outlined your speech and lined up some solid evidence to back up your ideas, it's time to put it all together. Whether you plan to write out your speech with words and notes you need to have ideas, it's generally recommended not to have everything you want to say written down, rather in a series of prompts, of stars, of bullet points. Nevertheless, you should refrain from improvising too much. When we improvise a little bit too much, we get too far out in left field and it's hard to get us back to what our main focal point was. Not at least risking your speech, but the momentum and what you want the audience to hear. This makes you appear less competent, and people will be less likely to take you seriously as a keynote speaker. The general impression is that you have in mind the body of what you want to say. Any additions or deletions you will do on the fly. Therefore, you do not have to worry about going line for line like it is a debate or you're valedictorian speaking here with that. Writing your presentation. Most of the time, it's a bad idea to read a presentation word for word. It's boring. It makes it difficult to build a rapport with the audience. Any presentation of any kind, even in a work/social occasion, you want to know what you want to say. You could print copies of your presentation and hand it out. I don't see where that's going to be that effective. Maybe to the group of audience, the age range that you're speaking to, but now they're not listening to you at all. They're just reading your speech that you handed out. Effective speakers try to make a connection with their audience. That's what the key is. Reading a speech word for word creates a barrier between you, the speaker, and the audience, and it eliminates spontaneity. We want to be spontaneous as much as we can. Your audience should feel like you're having a conversation with them, not a lecture. If you're constantly referring to notes, this makes it impossible to maintain any type of eye contact with the audience. And you may as well record the speech and just play it to them. Speakers and notes don't have the same problem. In other words, the note is there to prompt something. From that prompting, I will go on because I've done my practice. I've been here before. I just want to drill down a little bit more on it. The main benefit to making a speech is that you allow your words to come alive. Some of the most impressive speeches are made by speakers who have minimal notes and have thought long and hard about what they wanted to say and how they wanted to say it. This allows them to maintain a rapport with the audience and give their words more resonance. Also, if you're reading to the audience from a full speech, this makes it difficult once again to respond to Q&As that you may catch if you're getting eye contact and you could see that someone's confused. You pretty much know you may be addressing a question from that person. Allowing your brain to do most of the work sharpens your reaction time and gives you greater credibility. If you wish to write out part of your speech or memorize it word for word, the best thing to do is to write down what you think you want to say in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the speech. That would be about it. From here, you can usually gain the confidence that you're required to give the rest of the speech more freely. By this point, you have gained the confidence of the audience, who have been happy to hear what you say. They've warmed up. And if you gave them a takeaway, something that you want them to do, an explosion, as we talked about, now it's more apt that they will do it. Remember, the key thing in any speech, if you're a teacher, we want to make sure that the students understand what the lesson objective was for today so they can ask you a question afterwards, go home to their parents and guardians, and continue on with the research or the homework. If you are a supervisor, manager for your people for the first time, it's your job to make sure that this is a team effort. You're part of the team. Here's your deadline. How do we get this done? Let's communicate with other members of the team so we can meet the scheduled time. That's your job. You get the best out of your people, Mr. Supervisor, Miss Manager, and I agree you will be the best that's out there. Now, if you are just public speaking, yes, this box is filling up fast. A lot of people are doing a lot of tremendous things. Don't get caught up on some of the things that are not going to help you. So you really need to be very cognizant of what we're doing on this box when it comes to public speaking. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, as always, imparting, you go out and make it a champion.